We've all heard of those cringy romance novels that older women like to read to fantasize about a handsome, rugged man sweeping them off their feet because apparently their husband isn't enough. And I get it, reading a cute love story about two people getting into crazy circumstances and falling in love is a good way to get out of reality for a little while. But if you love the American West, horses, trucks, and cowboys, then you're in for a treat because we have an author who specializes in just that. Diana Palmer is someone my friend introduced me to when she saw Diana's books in the local Kroger. My library holds a lot of those books. We have titles like Wyoming Bold, Wyoming Fierce, Wyoming Strong, Wyoming Brave, and any other adjective you want to put in after Wyoming. Then you have titles like Dangerous and The Snowman, so we've got a good mix with this author. And once you've read one book, you've pretty much read them all. So let's speedrun a Diana Palmer novel so you get the gist of the crazy cowboy romance you've been dying to read about. So let's look at the synopsis of this book. The Wyoming men are back, and their quest for true love on the range are these ranchers bold enough to open their hearts to the women under their protection? Ren Coulter may have an enormous ranch in Wyoming, but he scorns his wealth. Couldn't be me, I mean, I wish. He's closed himself off since his fiancée left him months ago. So he's shocked when he allows Meredith Grayling to stay with him. He tells himself it's only to protect the blonde beauty from a stalker, but Ren's alpha instincts soon kick in. The last thing Mary... Is that short for Meredith? Okay. The last thing Mary wants is a devastatingly handsome man like Ren lurking around her. He's too experienced, too appealing for her already shot nerves. What she needs is just to get away from it all. The man haunting her waking dreams and the one hunting her like an animal, but no woman escapes this Coulter cowboy. Okay, I mean, I guess it's promising, not in a good way, but yeah. Basically, a story about an 18-year-old girl has an abusive family or an abusive father and her mother's dead or something, so she runs away from home. Something of that caliber, and out of chance she ends up in the handsome cowboy's home, and the male love interest is usually a lot older than the main girl. He's usually like 38, 42, something like that, and she's just 18, so it's already a red flag just because of that. But anyway, he lets her into his home for some reason, and he usually hates women because his fiancée or his girlfriend cheated on him or something of the sort. So he hates all women. He doesn't want to open himself up to women again. He wants all women to go to hell. He's a big misogynist. And he basically treats the main character like crap. The main character hates him until she doesn't. But yeah, eventually she falls in love with him and his riches, because he drives an Escalade and he has a bunch of horses and he sells cows for a living, and he's a multi-millionaire and he has a big old ranch in Wyoming. So of course she'd fall in love. I mean, hey. So eventually, he also falls in love, but like more in a creepy kind of way, because he's just, admiring her youth and beauty and how curvy she is and all that, which is disgusting coming from a 40-something-year-old man towards an 18-year-old girl. Shame on you. And there's usually this religious subtext that they're Christians, so they're not supposed to do anything before marriage. But for some reason that gets thrown out the window with these two, like the main characters, for some reason, and they do whatever they want with no consequences. And then once they do it, they're like, oh God, what have we done? We've sinned. We need to go get married right now. And they've only met like 2 months ago or like a month ago. So they get married. She pops out a bunch of kids or a whole army of kids, and the whole time they're just bickering and arguing, and there's like no chemistry whatsoever. It's just disgusting, to be honest. And there's another plot point usually to these books, that the male love interest wants an untouched version and whatever, even though he himself is like a playboy. So like there's no, like, it's very weird why he'd want that. Like, dude, you're no saint. So, and it would turn out that the main girl used to have like a love interest who either died or went away and left the state. And then the whole time the male lead would be saying, oh my God, you're such a whore. You've been with other men. I can't trust you. I don't want you to be my wife or my girlfriend because you're so filthy and you're gonna cheat on me. And they just bicker about it. And then the girl towards the end, her name is cleared, and they figure out that the man she's been with before was gay. So I guess that makes it fine. He was not my boyfriend, he was just my friend. And she's been saying that the whole time, which is not fair, so it's just stupid. It's really stupid. Another thing with Diana Palmer characters is that the main guy usually has to be a veteran, and he sometimes may have an arm missing or like some issues or like PTSD from the war, and he takes it out on the main girl, and he has a bunch of like soldier or like ex-soldier buddies, and they all hang out and go horse riding and like lasso some cattle and stuff like that. Like, dude, at this point, since you hate women so much, just be gay. Like, you got your guys right there. And he always sees the main girl as like, oh, I'm gonna make her my wife, and she's gonna get me a bunch of kids, a lot of kids, like a whole football field of kids. Like, dude, shut the hell up, first of all. Like, you have no business having kids. And then at some point, one of the books, the main girl literally told him, well, I can't take care of all of them. Like, you're not gonna help me. I know you're not. And he just laughed. He was like, I don't care, woman. Give me those kids. It's just not romantic at all. Like, I don't know. It just lacks common sense. It lacks like plot twists, and it lacks plot. It's just smut. And even the smut scenes. Like, I'm not really a fan of smut scenes, but those scenes are pretty bad. Like, they're awful, and they're downright like non-consensual, and usually the main character is getting hurt like during the scene, and the guy's just like playing it off and just ignoring her when she tells him to stop. It's just really, really disgusting, and like, it's basically the relationship between a groomer and his victim. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's just disgusting. Arthur Morgan would never. And that, my friends, is Diana Palmer. Thank you so much for sticking around. And I hope you enjoyed this doodle of our favorite Arthur Morgan and his cute little horse. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.